le ciel bleu vole en silence.
It's getting real, you guys. It's getting real. If you're in your 50s, you know what I mean. Like, things change in our 50s. And what does it look like to dress in our 50s in 2024? Stay tuned as I dive into what the women in my ageless style community are saying about getting dressed in our 50s in 2024 and what I have to say on the topic. So if you're new here, my name is Netta. I'm a personal stylist. My whole focus is on style over 40, over 50, over 60. That's the focus of everything I do here. And with my personal styling clients, I'm also the founder of the Ageless Style program, where I have cheered over 5,000 women on to effortless, confident, everyday style. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope that you enjoy this video and will consider subscribing at the end of this video. So I'm doing Decades Week. This is Decades Week. That's what we're doing here. I did 40s yesterday. Today I'm talking about 50s. Tomorrow I'll talk about 60s and so on. And I'm for every decade, I'm going to have some special resources and some catalogs that I think will help you with this stage in your life and really make the most of your style at the stage in your life. Because every stage, every decade has its own challenges and its own pros, right? Like the pluses and the minuses of dressing in our 50s. I'm also going to let you hear from some of the people and the members of my Ageless Style community so that you get more than one perspective. Hopefully you'll find a woman here that you click with, and maybe you can be fashion friends, style sisters, whatever, right? Okay, so let's talk about the pros and cons of dressing in your 50s. The pros: more money. Often this is the first decade where you're like, I have more disposable income for myself. Like, I've been spending money on my kids for the last 20 years, and now I can actually spend a little bit of money on my own wardrobe and a little bit more time on my own wardrobe. Like, I can finally focus on what I want to wear. I can finally think about my style. I can finally spend money on clothes that are going to last rather than just buying what's on sale or just buying something at Goodwill or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with shopping at Goodwill, but like, you might find that you finally have a little bit more disposable income in your 50s. What I think also happens is that we become a little bit more accepting of our personal style and our lifestyle. Hopefully, we are finally at the age where, okay, we have a little bit more money, maybe we have a little bit more time, maybe we have a more flexible lifestyle, so we are in a place where we can ask ourselves, maybe for the first time, what do I want to wear? What do I want to wear? What does my personal style look like? What do I want to wear for my life now? Maybe you had a corporate dress code, or you worked at a hospital and you were in scrubs, or whatever. You had a prescribed dress mode for work, and now you've got a chance to figure out what you want to dress like for yourself. Now, that's not true of everybody, but this is something that has come up often when I talk to clients and when I talk to women in the Ageless Style program in their 50s. Like, they might have more flexibility in terms of what they wear every day. So more money, more time, more flexibility. Those are the pros. Now, what are the cons? The cons are more money, more time, more flexibility. So in a way, like, having more options, it can lead to more confusion, and having more money can mean that we overbuy and we end up with a cluttered, chaotic closet full of things that we're not actually reaching for or wearing. I will also say that many women find that the options become more sparse and less interesting, less intriguing as they get older. Like, they find that they just don't like what's out there, or there isn't anything out there for them, and it just becomes more of a challenge to shop as they get older. Weight fluctuations, so fun. Weight fluctuations are a real part of being in your 50s, and something many of us struggle with. Another challenge that often really hits its peak in the 50s is menopause, and then the physical and emotional and energy challenges that come with that. So lots of things going on in the 50s. I would say this is like the decade where everything kind of collides, and making our way through that and ending up on the other side and feeling stylish and confident every single day, that can be a little bit of an uphill battle. Okay, let's talk about some of the stores that we like to shop at in our 50s. The stores that came up a couple of times, more often than not, were Loft, White House Black Market, Talbot's, Chico's, Quince, and J. Crew. Now let's hear the thoughts from these women on what they their challenges, pros, and cons are for dressing in their 50s. Ashley, who's 52, said she used to work for White House Black Market, but now she feels like it's mostly workwear. She wants more casual, comfortable, and cool clothes now. Tanya is 50. She says, I love shopping in small boutique shops. Most of my clothes are from Colombia or Brazil since I live in Panama. And when I'm in Florida, I love shopping at White House Black Market to buy jeans and tops. I also love buying unique pieces from Trina Turk and Lily Pulitzer. Sarah, I shop less at Costco and Old Navy. I shop more online. Quince, Nordstrom Rack, Amazon, and try on at home and return what doesn't work. I've become much more picky about my clothes and my purchases. If it's not great, it goes back. I don't want any more clothes that just hang in my closet. Thanks to Netta Manley, I learned so much about how to dress in a way that helps me feel comfortable and confident. She is in my HL Style program. Kathy, another HL Style program member, my go-to stores are Ann Taylor, J. Crew, Madewell, and I fill in with Loft and J. Crew. J. Crew Factory. I'm more intentional with my shopping these days. Historically, I'd buy a lot of items primarily because they were on sale. It's taken me far too long to realize that I'm not actually getting a bargain if the tags are still on. Very good. That's like a news flash for many of us. Wait, what? If the tags are still on them, you mean I didn't save money? Like, I know that's something that many of us it finally hits us. Shannon. Current favorite places to shop: Loft, Quince, J. Crew, Heart of Haute, which is vintage inspired clothing. I'm working on not buying as much, buying better things. Keep on learning what suits me best, what suits my lifestyle and climate. I can't think of anything I don't love about shopping in this decade, but the amount of stuff out there and going through it to find the right things can be overwhelming. I think we all feel her on that. Another Sarah says, I shop primarily on eBay and thrift stores. I love the thrill of finding a good deal. I don't make a lot of money, and it's a great way of finding higher quality items without going into debt. Love that. Matilda turned 50 in December, and I actually don't know where to shop. A lot of people feel her on that. Becky, I will turn 57 next month. I shop at lower to mid-price retailers like Target, Walmart, Amazon, and even Aldi. I also love Land's End. I lost some weight last year, which I hope to continue this summer. Now that my 3 kids are grown and I'm no longer working full-time, I can focus more on my style, right? That's the more time we were talking about. I love the current focus on fashion in fashion on ladylike elegance. I don't love how hard it is to find a good fit, particularly in sleeve and pants length. I'm only 4'11" and 3/4. Christine, 58 in a week. I shop outdoor sites for my personal life because I'm an outdoors woman. For work and evenings, I love Everlane, Petite Studio, Banana Republic, Abercrombie, J. Crew, Chico's. Today I have on Estier pants that I love. They are a cropped style, but on me they're full length. Shout out to the petites. I have these same pants. They are full length on me as well, and I love them. They're super, super comfortable. Kimberly, I'm 51. I get asked often where I shop, and it's everywhere. I'm finding that I'm gravitating away from the retail box stores, though. I'll only shop there for basics. I love the variety and deals at Marshall's and Ross, so I frequent those places most often. I love having a larger budget than in my younger years. However, that lends itself to having more, so trying to learn how to manage that. Having a smaller budget made me more intentional about every item I bought, and I generally wore it more. Now that I'm older and I'm able to get what I want, I tend to go overboard. Having to retrain my way of thinking. Wendy says, I don't like how most people now dress frumpy, how it's hard to go into a store to find something that fits, how there are no rules as to what you can wear and not wear at a certain age. So struggling with kind of finding what she wants to be wearing right now. And she says, I sometimes seem to be more dressed than the rest of the group. I'm learning to find that this is part of my personality to look put together, but not overdone. Susan, in the beginning of the decade, all of my clothing money was spent for my children and almost none for me. She's a few weeks away, I think a few days away from turning 60. Requests for Vineyard Vines clothing ate up my budget. Some of my shirts and sweaters are 20 to 30 years old. I know a lot of you in your 50s relate to this. All the money went to the kids' wardrobes and not to your wardrobes. Now, at the end of the decade, my adult children can buy their own clothes and I can finally buy some pieces for myself. My weight has fluctuated up and down by 60 pounds. I treated myself to more clothing when my weight was down than I do when my weight is up. My boss used to be the best dresser at the plant. She is an engineer and works at a plant. Now that she's retired, I'm the best dressed woman in the plant. I like maintaining a minimum standard. I hate that some of the younger employees come to work in ripped jeans or sweatpants and slouchy sweatshirts. Next is Gina. I don't really shop, at least not yet. Like Susan, I spent most of my budget, my clothing budget, on my children. We have 5 and hardly any on myself. Most of my clothes are 15 to 20 years old. Now that my youngest is somewhat grown, I can finally focus on my wardrobe and invest in some quality pieces for myself. My weight has fluctuated up and down by about 60 pounds. She's down 40 pounds now. So I'm focused on understanding why and working on that before making clothing purchases. Also, I want to learn as much as I can about who I am in this phase of life and what I want to look like. I love that. She's taking time to figure out what she wants to wear before she goes out and buys a bunch of clothes. That's so important. I also have a love-hate relationship with today's fashion trends. I love the freedom people have to express themselves, but I also feel that some people don't make much of an effort, and it shows. Yeah. So would totally agree with everything she just said, Gina. Okay, so let's talk about my rules, my suggestions, my tips for dressing in your 50s. My first is to elevate your everyday outfits. So you want to ask yourself, what are my current go-to outfits that I'm already wearing, that I'm already reaching for in my 50s? What am I wearing all the time? What am I doing all the time in terms of style? What am I reaching for all the time? Once you know what your everyday outfits are, you can ask yourself, how can I elevate them? Now, there are a couple of simple ways to elevate your outfits. One is fabric, another is fit, and then a third is the way that you accessorize it. So for example, say your everyday uniform right now is a baggy t-shirt and leggings. Instead of a baggy t-shirt and leggings, you can elevate the fabric of the t-shirt. Maybe you can make it a silky shirt. Maybe you can make it a woven shirt. Maybe you can make it a button front shirt that you wear with your leggings. Then you want to focus on the fit. How do the pieces fit? Are they flattering? And then third, you want to accessorize and tie up the outfit with a bow by adding really cute accessories that speak to your personal style. So elevating your everyday, so it's not about like, oh, I need to dress up more, or I need to wear more dresses when really what I want to wear is shorts, or I need to stop wearing leggings when really that's been my go-to. Instead, take what you're already wearing and level it up by tweaking either the fit, the fabric, or the way you put it together, the accessories, the styling, all of those pieces. You can take what you're already wearing, make it cuter, and not have to spend a lot of money in the process. Okay, second is start thinking long term. As you're buying pieces for your wardrobe now, start thinking about pieces that you can have in your wardrobe for years and years to come. So outerwear is a great example of this. Buying a couple of great quality coats, you're going to have those in your wardrobe for the rest of your life. Whereas if you spend that same amount of money on a cocktail dress, you're going to wear it once or twice, if that, right? So start thinking long term with some of your more important purchases. Shoes, bags, outerwear, those are the places I recommend really spending a good chunk of your budget and really thinking long term. I'm going to have these pieces for a long time. I'm going to invest in quality so that I can get the pieces that I will want to continue to wear and I won't feel like I'm settling down the road. Okay, invest in our undergarments. Undergarments. Not only does menopause play a role in weight fluctuations and all of that, our bust size can change. That has totally happened to me in just the last couple of months. And just things can shift. So you want to, at this stage, we really should be getting a bra sizing at least once a year. They used to say every 2 years, but seriously, mid 40s and beyond, we should be getting a bra fitting once a year. And then you want to make sure that your bras are in good condition. You want to make sure that your bust is where it needs to be and it's lifted. It's going to make everything look better, slimmer, sleeker, more polished, more elegant if your bra and your undergarments fit really well. You also want to consider everyday shapewear and investing in really good quality shapewear, even just smoothing. Like if you decide that you want just a smoother effect under some of your outfits, but you don't need the suction of shapewear, because let's face it, we're not going to wear that every single day. Size up a size or two in your shapewear and use it just to create a nice smooth and sleek layer underneath your clothes. But investing in really good quality undergarments, I said this before, but I read somewhere that French women spend more money on the bra than they do on the shirt, and I think that there's a lot of wisdom in that. So make sure that your undergarments really provide a great foundation for your outfits. Okay, put fast fashion in its place. So fast fashion can be fun for a quick trend item or something you want to dip your toe into, but you don't want to go all in on. You don't want to build your entire wardrobe on fast fashion. You can get the quality that you deserve at a price that you can afford because we have more options than ever. So from stores like Quince that sell inexpensive, expensive things to consignment and thrift stores, both online and off, there is no reason to compromise on quality. So when you're building the foundation for your wardrobe, you want to invest in great quality pieces, and you want to save the fast fashion for the occasional trend forward item or a fun item or an occasion item, and not for the foundational pieces of your wardrobe. The exception of that is t-shirts. I feel like you can get t-shirts anywhere, and as long as they fit you really well, it doesn't matter if you buy them at H&M or if you buy them at Neiman Marcus. But for most of the foundational pieces of your wardrobe, you want to level up to the higher end of your budget. Okay, play up your favorite parts. Play up your favorite. Do you want to ask yourself, what do I love about the way that I look right now? Do I want to bring up my eyes? Do I want to put the focus on my hair? Do I like my bust line? Do I like my arms still? Am I comfortable with my legs? Like what about your look do you want to play up? Do you want to play up your coloring? Do you want to play up your slim shape? Do you want to play up your curves? What do you love about the way that you look right now? If you cannot find something that you love about the way that you look, I'm going to put the link in the description box to get on a Zoom call with me so that I can tell you how beautiful you are for 20 minutes, because you need someone in your life who is pouring into you and telling you the beautiful details and the beautiful features and the beautiful attributes that you 100% definitely possess. You want to find out what those are, and you want to play those up. So for example, I'm still comfortable with my legs, so maybe I'll do shorter skirts, but maybe I don't want to show, I can tell you I don't want to show my belly, so I'm not going to do a crop top. So you want to focus strategically on drawing the eye and elevating and highlighting the parts of your body and the parts of your beauty that you like the most. Next, learn to layer. Layering is so key, and it's something that just takes a little bit of practice. One of the reasons I think learning to layer becomes even more important in our 50s is because it elevates all of our outfits. It makes them look more chic, more polished, more intentional. It also can be really, really flattering. If you feel like you've got a little extra going on around the tummy or the hips, and you layer a dark layering piece on top, and that dark layering piece fits you well, and it ends at a good spot on your body, you are visually erasing both sides of your body. You're looking longer, leaner, slimmer, all the things. So learning to layer adds a lot of style, and it also adds a lot of flattery to your outfits. And then finally, I've talked about this before and I feel so strongly about it. In your 50s, you should be shopping contemporary brands, not mature brands. So we have to be really, really careful. Again, in our 50s, we don't want to dress like we did in our 20s, but we also don't want to dress like we might picture ourselves dressing in our 70s. And I'm going to talk about the 70s in a couple of days, because I don't think you need to dress mature either. What I think instead we all need to be doing is focusing on choosing contemporary pieces from contemporary brands, or choosing the contemporary pieces from the over 50 brands. So rather than saying, well, I hit 50, I can only shop at Chico's and Talbot's now. Nope, you can shop anywhere you want. And if you're going to shop at Chico's and Talbot's, you're going to pick the most modern and the most stylish pieces from those brands. And then when you go to stores like Nordstrom and places like that, you're going to go for the more contemporary designers at those stores as well, because every store has its good, bad, and ugly. But over 50 stores tend to have an assortment just for over 50 women, whereas department stores have an assortment for everybody. So picking contemporary pieces wherever you're shopping becomes really, really important. So the focus needs to be on choosing modern styles for your wardrobe. So that is it. That is my guide, my breakdown of how the women in my Age of Style community feel about dressing in our 50s and how I feel about dressing in our 50s, plus some guidelines on how you can make the most of this exciting, challenging, change-filled, tumultuous, stylish decade of your life. So I'm 54. I'm right there with you. I get dressed every day just like everybody else. People think that just because I'm a personal stylist doesn't mean that, I'm free of any challenges, unfortunately. But leading into these principles is going to help make it easier for all of us to look and feel our best every day. So thank you for joining me in today's video. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, subscribe so we can keep hanging out. comment below with which decade you are in your life. 40s, 50s, 60s, I will make sure to get you resources specific for that decade. Don't forget to sign up for the next round of my Closet Confidence Workshop series. We're going to be going through how to level up your style in hot weather for your decade. Like, what does it mean to dress in summer in 2024, no matter what age you're at? So join me for that. Don't forget to sign up for that. The link will be in the description box and in the pinned comment. Love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.